Why, hello there, Jacob. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a new pickup to share with you. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into it. So, yeah, this particular bad boy comes to us from Fanatics. So, yeah, let's go ahead and dive into it. So, yeah, this particular bad boy, as I mentioned, comes to us from Fanatics and is a specialty NHL jersey. So, what specialty game is it? Well, if you paid attention to the NHL news, I'd say over the last week and a half-ish or so, the Winter Classic, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Winter Classic jersey matchup was officially announced. And for those of you who are wondering what teams are playing in this year's Winter Classic, or more information about that if you're not 100%, up with the news or whatever, this year's Winter Classic will be held on December 31st, if I remember right, at Wrigley Field between the Chicago Blackhawks and St. Louis Blues. And both teams officially dropped their uniforms. And, I decided to go ahead and pounce on one because, really don't have many jerseys of this team. And I know that this team has kind of had a checkered past few years. We'll just kind of leave it at that. Oofta. But anyway. So, yeah. First off, shout-outs to Mighty Mouse Fan. He shouted me out in his last pickup video and stuff like that because he just recently picked up, a version of this jersey. So again, shout out to Mighty Mouse Fan. And, I'll just go ahead and show off what I mean here. As well as shout outs to Windy City Hockey. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy decided to go with the Chicago Blackhawks version of the Winter Classic jerseys. And yes, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. So yeah, first and foremost, we'll go ahead and show off this neck collar, which has Chicago Blackhawks, and it has the 4 stars. Also has the Fanatics Premium, because I just got this thing in a premium. Size 60 with the neck collar, which is honestly kind of a nice little neck collar. I know that Chicago Blackhawks jerseys with the Fanatics / Adidas neck collar aren't always the greatest. I know a lot of Chicago Blackhawks fans who really weren't huge fans of the collar, but in this case it actually kind of works nice. Has the cross pattern with the strings. And then, of course, when you think of a Chicago Blackhawks jersey, you think of the Blackhawk with the chained stitching inside of their old vintage Rondale logo, which pays homage to, I believe, the early days of the Blackhawks from like the 40s and beyond and stuff like that. I know they've used this logo in a few of their classic jerseys and like throwback games and stuff like that. Also has the striping behind it, kind of paying homage to the Reverse Retro 2.0 in a way, as well as, again, past jerseys. It has the Fanatics tagging. And, of course, probably one of my favorite things, boom, the Tomahawk C on the, I believe this would be the sleeve, because I know for their 2016 Stadium Series, and I want to say their 2014 Winter Classic, they also put the C down kind of on the shoulder where it's normally up here. So, and of course, a nice touch about this too is it is also chain stitched. But yeah, and plus with the new Fanatics Winter Classic logos and stuff like that, boom, it actually has the logo on it. Yeah, it seemed like the last few years of Adidas and stuff like that, the only way you could really get the patch is if you either A, got the Fanatics version, which again, in and of itself was kind of interesting, but whatever, or you get a patch and you sew it on yourself, But this particular patch is already on the jersey. And then, of course, for me, I just decided to get this in a blank. I mean, I know the name and number looks really cool, too, because, again, I know that Mighty Mouse fan unboxed a Connor Bedard, and you could see the felt and stuff like that, kind of like on the front logo here, because the inside is also like a felt material with the stitched Chicago Blackhawks and the interior. Plus, this particular bad boy has a born on date of, again, October of 2024. Whew. So, yeah. I mean, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. And one last thing, too, before I go. What's kind of interesting about this, too, is, I don't know if you've noticed this, but in the new Fanatics jerseys, it has almost like a, the best way I could describe it is, it's like a neck. You know, like how they did like the things in the neck and stuff like that? But now they also do it in the bottom, like back area where you throw the jersey on. The Anaheim Ducks jersey also has this thing, so it's kind of interesting. I don't know exactly what you call it, and plus it says NHL Winter Classic. The St. Louis one also has it too. But, yeah, I think that'll pretty much wrap up this video. And again, shout out to all the Blackhawks fans out there. Not just Mighty Mouse fan, but also shout out to Windy City Hockey. Shout out to Jersey Jaguar. And also shout out to Jersey Head U. I know he's been very active on my channel recently, and he's been making a pretty nice little collection and a nice set of videos himself. So if you want to go ahead and check out their channels, I'll have their links in the description below. But, yeah, that'll pretty much wrap this up. So, yeah, this is the Winter Classic Chicago Blackhawks jersey for the Winter Classic at Wrigley. Again, I don't know if they technically call it the 2024. It's technically the 2025, but since it's on New Year's Eve, it's still 2024, but they've already had a 2025. I don't know. It's kind of confusing how the schedule works, but this is this year's Winter Classic jersey for Chicago. So until we meet again, this is Jacob. Have a good day. And also, like I say, real quick, stay tuned because, well, Arizona comes to town, and that's actually going to be a very intriguing matchup for the Minnesota Vikings. So, yeah, expect a video on that within the next couple days or so. As well, if there's any breaking news, because I know that there's been some rumors about the Minnesota Vikings being attached to Daniel Jones, but we'll wait and see if that actually happens. So until we meet again, this is Jacob. Have a good one.